Can't bloody stop the music. What's going on here? What the hell's going on there? Flipping. Stop the music. What's going on here? What the hell's going on there? Flipping. Stop the music. What's going on here? What the hell's going on there? Flipping. Stop the music. What's going on here? Like an echo in here, isn't it? 1 2 1 2. Like an echo in here, isn't it? Might have to come in and out. Hang on, let me try this. 1 2. Might have to come in and out. Hang on, let me try this. That's better, isn't it? Oh, mate, I think that's all right. Let's let the chat build up. Couldn't quite get live straight after full time because my beloved missus timed it perfectly to pick up the Christmas turkey 10 minutes before the end of the game. So I had to go out and do my family manly duties, shall we say. But in the meantime, everyone, it's finished. It's finished. West Ham United 2, Manchester United 0. I don't know what to say. I'm very, very happy. It's one of those two games in the season traditionally that are the biggest for West Ham fans in terms of looking forward to it and in terms of normally the created atmosphere. So one is Spurs at home, one is Man United. I'm 100% sure these are two fixtures when they come out is what West Ham fans traditionally look out for. When we're going to play Spurs at home, when are we going to play Man United at home? Atmosphere I'll go into a bit later on, but certainly very, very happy. Again, going back to traditionally, December is normally a very, very difficult month for West Ham for one reason or another. But listen, it's a clean sheet. It's a 2-0 win. The Bowen kudos, Paqueta magic is continuing. We currently we were 6th after the game, but obviously with games kicking off a bit later on now, we are 7th now because I think Newcastle are slightly ahead of us on goal difference. So we'll go into the league table a bit later on, but my feeling is obviously this is one of the two big games we look forward to. And yeah, disappointing in the middle of the week. I don't want to talk about that, but it's 2-0. It's a clean sheet, and it is a bit weird what went on during the game. We'll talk about it a bit more, but let's see who's in the chat. Cosmos, yeah, mate, I think I had the YouTube tab open in another tab, and it's bloody, echoing back, mate. Listen, you know when you have to do things in a rush, I've just come back now. Those are the things that go on, mate. I think Cosmos, when you look at the formation, it's obviously very, very similar. I think when you look at my notes, I think I didn't think Areola was going to continue. I thought Fabianski was going to come back in, and Fabianski sort of didn't, and Areola's back in goal. The other change was Agerd, the guy I've been on his back all season for reasons I've mentioned. Agerd was not even on the bench. I don't know what's happened there. Mavropoulos came in. Apart from that, everyone, I think it was a team that we would expect. Just a word on Man United, everyone. That was probably, on paper and watching it live, that's probably the worst Man United team I've ever seen at home to Man United that I can remember. So I don't know what's going on there, but you looked at the team and the name's big, obviously. Playing Man United sends a shiver down your spine. Always going to be big and it's going to be difficult, isn't it? But, mate, I looked at their team lineup and I thought, is this all they've got after all the millions they've spent? There's no one there that really... I was thinking about Bruno Fernandes before the game, but he never showed up. I thought Rashford off the bench might do something. Nothing happened. And the first half, everyone, it was just... both teams holding back. It was like we were playing ourselves for a lot of the game, wasn't it? When Man United are like us, they're saying, you keep the ball. We're saying, no, you keep the ball. You're our guest. Do you want a cup of tea and a biscuit? It's hilarious. But in terms of entertainment, the first half, pretty flat atmosphere, pretty flat in terms of anyone trying to break the other one down in terms of entertainment, any skill. Wasn't much there in the first half, really. My notes are that 21 minutes, there's a Mavropoulos mistake, and there was a good few Mavropoulos Mavropanos' mistakes in the game, especially in the first half. And I wanted to keep an eye on him because I told you I'm not sure about him. And what I saw, I'm not sure about him. 21 minutes, he makes a mistake, and then Nacho just couldn't finish. And then obviously the Kudos, Lucas Shaw battle in the first half. I think Shaw was on top. So that's kind of thing what I'm noticing. Kudos mistake after 34 minutes. Nacho has a shot. Good save from Mariola. Mavropanos again could have done something leading up to that goal. And then 38 minutes, everyone, Mavropanos can't cut it out. And there's another Nacho shot. So, Paqueta mistake back there. And then my comments after 40 minutes, everyone, is there's no driving force. There's no Scott Parker type who's trying to lift the team up, captain material, tell them, come on, wake up, let's get up, let's get the crowd going. I know it's a lot of games coming very, very quickly. I think Klopp made a comment saying it's out of order for West Ham to play this early game because we played them not so long ago in the middle of the week. Kudos gets a yellow card, 42 minutes. And then, things like Emerson and Antonio talking to each other throughout the game. And I think they both speak the sort of Portuguese and things like that. And then in my mind, everyone at half time is that it's the worst United team in years. It's a flat atmosphere. Not much going on between the two teams in terms of creativity. And then there's nothing on the bench in terms of West Ham. If this carries on, we've got nothing on the bench, have we? Nothing in terms of the squad. So this 11, they have to do it for us. That was my feelings in the first half. Before I carry on yapping along, let's see what's going on with Cosmos, matey. Let's just go game by game and things like that. Otherwise, we stress out too much, don't we, mate? So 6th or 7th in the league, clean sheet. Special mention for Alvarez. Wasn't he great, everyone? Alvarez, more or less, before the 2 goals. I mean, obviously, man of the match might end up going in Bowen, Kudos, or Paqueta's. Attacking players always seem to get the highlight. But I thought Alvarez was doing such a fantastic job in the first half, early second half, protecting the back four. And what I saw more and more in the game in the first half, everyone, is that we were playing with wing backs. So the 3 centre backs, Alvarez was in the middle with Kudos and Mavropanos, Zuma and Mavropanos either side of Areola. Alvarez in the middle, and that pushed up Kufal and Emerson as wing backs. That's what I saw in the first half, and there is history of Alvarez playing centre back in the past, so that was quite interesting for me because I love width. I'm a traditional person. I love wingers. I love width. I love fullbacks bombing up and down, as you know, and that was kind of good. Apart from that, I keep saying that if whenever we get the chance in the market, if we can buy that Madison type number 10, that'll be brilliant for me, I think, and take Souček out the team. and then Paqueta will go a little bit back with what do you call it, with kind of Alvarez and Ward-Prowse, and Souček might have to drop out of some games, but I want that Madison number 10 that's a little bit more naturally attacking. Listen, Paqueta is amazing and he'll never leave this team. He'll be a mini number 10, but a real number 10 that helps. And I think we need a striker, don't we? I think we could be even better with a striker. You'll see even more magic from Kudus and Bowen, because at times it's tough for them without the ball, isn't it? I think Ali McCoy's made a comment that if he was a striker for either of these teams, it'd be very difficult for him. You know, there's not much creativity for large parts of the game. But listen, kudos to Moyes' tactics and the way he's got this team drilled, the way they work hard. You know, it's not easy playing like that, trust me. But these players seem to have kind of got a grasp of it, really. Pam's like, yeah, Pam, listen. Again, like you said, Pam, Manchester United, Tottenham. And we've beaten these two in weeks. It's funny, isn't it? Me moaning like more than anyone. But listen, we've beaten Spurs. We've beaten Man United, and I would take that all day long. We've got the Gooners coming up. Oh, my God. If we could do a hat-trick, I'll probably jump out the window, Pam, without a parachute. But, yeah, really, really happy. Clean sheet. And doesn't it set everyone up nicely? Because Pam, I'm guessing Pam's kind of from the 80s, 90s, remembers a lot of that. And a lot of our Christmases were ruined with West Ham. We used to always struggle. But, listen, a great, great victory. Leads us into a nice Christmas day, and then hopefully Boxing Day, you know, pick up a bit. Even a draw, Arsenal, I'll be very, very happy. So, yeah, Merry Christmas it is. Merry Christmas to David Moyes. Merry Christmas to his backroom team. Listen, when Man United really bad, weren't they? For what I can remember, I don't think Man United played in the middle of the week, did they? Carabao Cup, I don't think, did they? No, I don't think so. So I don't know, but they got big problems. There's rumours that he's going to be sacked, Den Haag, but listen, that's not our problem. Are Newcastle losing, Pam? You are. Tottenham are 2-0 up. Luton are 1-0 up, Pam. And let's have a look at the live tables. And Pam, we are back to 6. We are back to 6, Pam. Let me just share my screen with you, naughty people. Where are we? There we go. There we go. Let me just get rid of that a minute. Let me just get rid of that for you. Hang on, let me close that one down. And can you see anything? No, Jazz messed it up again, didn't he? He's messed. There he is. I've got it now. There we go before going to it. There we go, everyone. We are 6th. Yeah, so Newcastle losing. We're 1 point ahead of them. We are, 4 behind City. 6 behind Spurs. But the thing for me, everyone, is 8 points clear of Chelsea in 10th. So if we're 8 clear of Chelsea, I know they've got a game in hand. That means that for at least a month, we should comfortably be in that top 8, top 9, top 8, which isn't a bad thing, is it, everyone? Not a bad thing. And if we can hopefully recycle some of that cash, get some people out the door, get 25 million from the owners, because I think the cash we spent in the summer, I believe all of that is Rice and Scamacca, so there should be 20-30 million somewhere. And if we can offload Benrahma or maybe Cornet somewhere where he gets a game, or I don't know, someone wants to buy him, rumours of Agard going, I don't know, 50 million, and look for that striker, look for that number 10, freshen up the fullback so they can sometimes have a rest, that kind of thing. So it's weird, but suddenly it doesn't look that bad, does it, with the team? And we were fairly comfortable today. I think the second half after we scored. Alexander's in the house. I know, he's weird, Alexander, isn't he? It's weird. I'm quite happy at the moment, and it's just that if we could get a striker in, it would look so much better for me mentally. But before we say that, like we always say, we've got to think about who's going to be coming in, haven't we, Alexander? I mean, I might look at that in the coming weeks, but we got to have that answer up our sleeves, haven't we? So at the moment, it's just, Liverpool. I mean, if he didn't kind of throw that game, God knows what would have happened. We probably would have lost, but we would have lost by a narrow margin and a better performance, more for the away travelling fans to see. It's up and down every game, Alexander, but I know what you mean, mate. Yeah, it wasn't he great, mate? The number of blocks, the number of on the floor, taking it in the chin, taking it in the stomach. Souček, listen, a hand of applause for Souček. His traditional cut in the eye. They're saying on the TV that when he comes in, his wife's like, not another one, mate, not another one, Souček. What have you been up to again? So every single game, Souček gets cut. Yeah, Zuma. There was a bit where he protected the ball, wasn't it, Cosmos? Done really, really well against some younger physical players. Really, really good. I told you, half of it's in the brain, Cosmos, with centre-backs. We've seen John Terry, we've seen Bobby Moore, Alvin Martin, Tony Gale. None of these players were fast. None of these players were overly physically huge. It's all in there, reading the game, anticipating things, being in the right place. Mavropoulos is not for me. He done 2-3 things which were not good. Not good. So I think we've still got an issue. For me, we still got to go after that proper centre-back for me. Wasn't it brilliant? Again, a nice surprise, Emerson. I didn't know that we were going to get that much out of him, and he's proven me wrong. Again, we could say that Chelsea are not stupid when they brought him in. For me, when he brought him in, I was calling him things like Chelsea reject. Look at his stats. Last 2-3 seasons, they've only used him 8-9 times. Those things were going through my mind, but my God, him and Paqueta are like brothers from another mother, aren't they? They love each other. They look for each other. And then there was comments from Paqueta. Apparently, he's done the first ever English interview saying that before I receive the ball, I'm already looking how to play Kudus and Bowen in. So them three as a quartet is amazing. And the cherry on the cake for Jazz would be a wonderful, wonderful striker. And perhaps in the summer a number 10. And I'll be happy. So you can see that again. David Moyes does all the hard things well. We're hard to beat. We're a fit team. We're a strong team. We don't get injuries. He doesn't lose in dressing room. It's a solid base. But when we just need that a bit more skill, a bit more off the cuff, it just doesn't do it. And then that makes us sit down again in frustration. But you never know. Football's a funny old game. If we can somehow bring a bit more bit more what we need in the right positions, like you said. Oh my God, we will look even better, because the worry is the bench, everyone, isn't it? Because especially me, I'm always pushing our club to be more and more ambitious, and when I do that, I do come across as a miserable little shit, and he's always having a go at something even when we win. It's because I'm always looking to improve all the time, always looking at pockets to improve, because I want our club to always do so well. And that's why I always look for improvement, and I mention things like that, you know. So, yeah, it does take a lot for me to be happy sometimes, but I am happy. But I'm just, for David Moyes' sake, I'm saying, mate, it's not too late for you to get a contract. If you can just somehow end up in Europe again, in and around those spots, which he is, and he is making it hard for himself by not having nothing on the bench. And again, no subs or anything till later on. You know, they changed things around early, but I remember up to 70 minutes at least, there's no changes or anything. So it is difficult for those 11 to keep playing 90 minutes, 3 games a week. You gotta freshen it up, mate. You gotta freshen it up. Troge, look at that. And listen, Gareth Southgate, he's got to be in there, isn't he, for the Euro squad. And those Klopp's comments don't help. My favourite player, he goes, doesn't he? Klopp goes, my favourite player, Bowen, outside Liverpool. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yeah. Trojan's worse than me, mate. Don't ask for a lot, do you? I didn't want to say that, but you know what I mean, Pam. You know what I mean. Yeah, Melissa, Merry Christmas to you. I've done my present pack. I've only got 3 presents to pack. Picked up the turkey from M&S earlier on. That's why I was a bit late doing the show. Got to take the young boy out. He's at uni normally, so I might take him out for a nice meal in the evening. And then I've done my lads catch up already. They wanted to do another one today, the lads. Some of them are mad out every single day. I'm going to take it easy. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes when we do really suffer, like at Liverpool, but then I like it, like I said, Rennie, we always win the next game. We kind of perhaps lose 1 or 2, then we win 2-3 again. So he's never lost a dressing room, and all the players had to do in the past, in some circumstances, situations, was put your tools down, and Moyes would have gone. I remember 2-3 situations last year. All they had to do, which players have certainly done in the past, I'm not saying it's a good thing to do, is they would have lost that crucial game, and David Moyes would have been sacked. It's usually called player power, fan power, that kind of thing. But the board has stayed loyal. It stayed calm. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, I think so, Cosmos, because in Kudos, in Bowen, in kind of Alvarez, even in Ward-Prowse, he's a nice little boy. We've done all right. But we could do, again, just saying we could do so much better, because there's 120 million worth of players who are not getting a look in. So they're not even on the bench, or they're on the bench, or 1 or 2, they're coming. As you can see, that Liverpool game, they're just not good enough. I'm worried about Agard, worried about Mavropanos, Areola. You saw 1 or 2 things there. It needs to be improved on, isn't it? Let's check out the scores then. Let's see what's going on. Is it still 2-0, is it? Not too sure. I'll have a look in a minute anyway. It's back West Ham, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, because obviously United had to go for that goal, and they didn't really have anything. Their star signing striker, he got taken off. I think Zuma did well against him, didn't he? Because that striker's much younger than him, physically quite big. But Zuma done well in controlling him, to be fair. And yeah, let me know, did you notice as well that in the large pockets, Alvarez was kind of next to the centre-backs? He's that deep. So we were playing with 3 centre-backs. Alvarez as a sweeper, I would say, bringing it out like Rio used to, and then go back in again, which allowed Mavropanos and Zuma to go left side and right side of the box, and then Kufal, Emerson as wing-backs. I saw that. So David Moyes, I mean, if you're trying to do different things like that, fair on you, mate. Fair on you. How you doing, mate? You all right? Exactly. Every position needs 2 players fighting for it. It ups your game. Competition improves you individually. You pick up on a lot of things. It would be Souček, I think. It would be Souček. So it would be 4-2-3-1, but then I'm hoping that Bowen and Kudos would pick up one of the wings each. So either either Kudus, because they're both left-footed and right-footed. We've worked that one out. Bowen can play with both feet. So between them and the manager, they decide, is Bowen going to go right side behind the striker, or is Kudus going to go left? And then I would think, if we haven't got the money to buy that Maddison type, he would sit in the middle, in my eyes. And then Antonio would battle for the 3 spots as well, right? And then obviously Souček drops out. And then I think Ward-Prowse would as well, I think, most games. And then you'll have Alvarez and Paqueta as the 2 CDMs, I'm thinking. Or Paqueta would be in that middle with Kudus, Bowen next to him. And then you can keep Ward-Prowse with Alvarez. That kind of thing. But it's all about options. All about options. And then, yeah, you know, the fullbacks, they need help sometimes. Let's look in those positions. Move Johnson on. It's not quite happening for him. Centre-backs will become an issue soon. Oggy's too old. Zuma can't play 3 games a week. I'm not sure about Mavropanos and Agard. I'm being serious here. And the goalkeeping position for me, I still need to be convinced. You know, so there's a lot of questions there. Absolutely, Melissa. They were very, very good. Left back, centre back, right back, striker. Yeah, and the number 10 Maddison type, a creative player. When the game gets a little bit like we saw, we need someone like Paqueta. But what's wrong with getting another Paqueta? There's nothing wrong with that. It's West Ham. Let's look for another creative player that can perhaps put his foot in as well. You know, there's players out there, I'm sure there is. Let's look for another number 10. So I'd call Paqueta a mini number 10 in the CDM, all up front, and then we'll have a Maddison type who's truly... everything can go through him, and he can pick out the passes, because you've got reasonable pace with Bowen and Kudus, and they would be even better. They would be even better if someone could pick them out quicker. Yeah, why not? There are a lot of man of the matches out there today, wasn't it? Lovely to see. But tell me a little bit about the atmosphere. It wasn't so good up to half time, and then obviously I think it picked up after the goals were scored. But then that does go back to the entertainment, West Ham fans. If there were more shots flying in, more crosses flying in, more intent to attack, the crowd would lift. That's naturally West Ham and other teams. But when you're playing backwards, sideways, they're not attacking, we're not attacking. It's early, isn't it? A lot of people still got bloody hangover after last night, probably. It's a little bit of that, isn't it, mate? Yeah, they're not playing for him, are they? Like Benrahma and people like that, they don't want to know. Cornet don't even talk to him, does he? How you doing, mate? Yeah, yep. Absolutely. Merry Christmas. Captain Marvel's in the house. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well, mate. Up the irons. Hope you ain't been around a lot, Captain Marvel, naughty boy. Steve's in the house, naughty boy Steve. How you doing, mate? You alright? Hey, how you been? Let me know how your Christmas is going and all that. How's it last week with your lady friend? Let me know, mate. Wink, wink. Fucking hell. He's had a good time. There we go. Yeah, you're right, Cosmos. But it's good, isn't it? When the manager has a selection issue, that's a brilliant headache to have, isn't it? That's what we're trying to do. We want all of the squad good enough to step in as and when required. That's what Liverpool do. That Greek fullback they got, he does more than a good job when Robertson's out, and so forth. You need options. But here, he's got his 11. We got 3 in that 11 I'm not sure about, and there's nothing on the bench. And over the season, there was a stat where Man City, West Ham, and another club have played the most games going back a year. Is it something like that? That's gonna kill you at some point, isn't it? I know. Players used to say we rather play than train, but it's not easy, isn't it? It's not easy. I get it with David Moyes, but then a lot of the people that are coming in, I got a feeling it's a little bit about Moyes finds it really difficult to find players he likes to sign. So what happens, because the window's so small, the board get panicky, and I think some of those players are probably not his. They're forced upon him, I got a feeling. Because it doesn't make sense. Why would someone like Cornet come in and you never used him in 2 years? That's not a sign of a manager's player. And it's happening more. One situation, you might not know the story with Benrahma. The story with Benrahma when he came in is that we were waiting to get rid of Felipe Anderson, but David Moyes wanted Eze at Crystal Palace. But Sullivan said, you're not allowed to sign Eze until we get Anderson off the books. And Anderson didn't go till the last 2 days of the window. By then, Eze had gone. And then Benrahma, I think Benrahma was not his decision. So these situations are happening, and I can understand it happening because otherwise it doesn't make sense to me. And whether David Moyes should put his foot down or not, that's another argument. But I think this is what's happened. So Moyes has got to know and think and be proactive, know that the window's 1 month, 2 months away. He's got to start working with the technical directors and scouts. I think that's his weak point. Another weak point is he doesn't listen to the assistants. Sometimes in the game, you and me amateur fans can see the game's going nowhere sometimes, and he won't make a change. And often what used to happen is we'd lose a goal between the 45th and 60th minute, and then he make a change after that. It's too late. We could see at half-time with what's happening here. So many managers make a change at half-time. There's nothing wrong with that. Even at 30 minutes, I'd do it. If I could see something ain't happening today, someone ain't up for it. We're human beings. Sometimes we're just not up for it. Or tactically, the other team have done something to suss us out. You need to change it. He doesn't change it. There are things he needs to work upon that I've picked up, really. I mean, the way we answer those questions is first, what would David Moyes do? If Antonio is fully fit tomorrow, I think he comes in. I think. Even though, remember, before he got injured, he was way out of form. And he was on the bench, if you remember, 1 or 2 games. At least one game he was on the bench because he's so much out of form. I think time's running out for Antonio. He's 33. He's really not been at it last 1 or 2 years for me. Not really been at it. But because we haven't got anyone else, and he's, I don't know if there's some loyalty between the two. I think he would come in at the moment. I think he more or less would. You never know. I mean, Bowen's doing all right in the meantime, but I think he probably would. Melissa, how you doing? Kudos. Yeah, left back, right back, centre half, DCM. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, because when Paqueta plays out, a lot of you are not happy with that, isn't it? So I probably look at Paqueta in the middle, either as a central CDM who's allowed to attack, and Alvarez will protect him, or sit in that middle, isn't it, with Kudos by on either side of him, behind the striker. I think, like you said, Paqueta's probably lost on the wings. He's too good to be on the wings, isn't it? Waiting to be involved in the game. We need him right in the middle, isn't it, Steve? I think what you're trying to say, perhaps. That's what I'm thinking. And left wing, yeah, because he's not going to play Cornese, Steve. We've been banging our heads about. Listen, I don't know what I've seen on the training, but what I know about Cornese, I saw him playing the Premiership with Burnley, and he was all right. So I'd rather see him in fight. Same with all the youth players like Mabuma. Before they're shipped out, before they're written off, I want to see them in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. And then if they're shit, then I'll say, David, you were right. There's the proof. But sometimes these players are not really getting much of a chance. I think Benrahma's been here long enough. And for me, I know there's still people in the chat who say he's still not played in the right way. He should be played behind the striker, all that kind of thing. I don't want to go into that. For me, I think even physically, he gets lost in those big games. Benrahma finishing, needs to be improved on. And I'd rather get someone else in, mate. Yeah, and then centre half, Steve, isn't it? Like Mavropanos, I'm not sure on him, mate. Two, three mistakes in the first half. We got away with it, mate. And Agard, for me, I think we could get good money back for him. But you never know how football is. Listen, I said it looks like Moyes is going to be here all season because we're not really in danger of being in the bottom 10, let alone relegation, mate. And we got a good draw in the FA Cup. We're in a knockout stage in Europa without having to worry about qualifying, mate. League Cup it is, we threw it away. That wasn't good. So I think there's enough on the plate for Moyes to carry on. But I'm hoping if that's going to be the case, then I'm not going to rule anything out. I still don't know how this season's going to end, mate. We still might win something. We might qualify for Europe. I mean, will they get rid of him on that basis? He could be forced into buying a striker in the window. Because my prediction is that Tim and Moyes are going to fall out in the window. Because Tim's very proactive. He ain't going to say no. He's going to shove players down him, saying you got to give me names. And Moyes is like, no, I'm not sure. I don't think Tim's going to take an answer like that. Tim's going to have a few players that he wants Moyes to buy, and then the shit will kick off. But long way to go. Reasonably very, very happy at the moment. But yeah, so many questions in the air still, isn't it? Yeah, I think Kudos and yeah. It's all about options. It's all about, and even better if players can play in more than one position, Troj. But the worry is there's so many players, 10 of them that are not used. Absolutely retired, redundant. That's the worry, isn't it, mate? And how much pressure is that on the first 11? That's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot, because two things are, you're going to keep playing even if you're out of form. Like with Antonio, with Souček in the past. You're just going to keep playing every game because he doesn't want to bring anyone else in. That's not really good for you. I mean, it's good in a way that you're never going to lose your... Because with Antonio, that's where I think Antonio needs a challenge. He needs a challenge to get him sort of playing a bit better than that. I'm just going to check something, the latest scores, you guys, while I go through the comments. Luton are still 1-0 up at half-time, and Spurs are winning 2-0. Yeah, he keeps doing it, doesn't he? Apparently, there was another player from Ghana who copied him, I heard, and long may it carry on. I think Canning Town Len, a friend of the channel, he's probably going to, if he hasn't already, he's probably going to bring a painting out on canvas, really. I know Melissa, I know what you're saying. Yeah, Captain, always there. He's my spirit in the back. Wazim, how you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, yep. Clean sheet, isn't it? And we've beaten Spurs. We've beaten Man United. So it is weird what's going on. And then we've got Arsenal coming up. So we've got to get something from that game. Can't really complain, can we? We can't. We've got to behave ourselves then. All of us got to behave ourselves in public with other clubs and fans. Oh, mate. Yeah, he's so good. He's finishing. I'll tell you what, let me go back to sort of Melissa's comment. Are you like me, you guys? When Kudus is in that position and form at the moment, I think it's a goal. Before he pulls the trigger, I'm that confident in his ability to find the corner, either corner of the net. It's to that level. I am so confident. Like, listen, again, I don't want to be negative today, but if that's Fornells or Benrahma, they ain't going in, is it? But when it's Kudus and Bowen at the moment, the form he's on, you know it's going in. They're just finding that 2 centimetres in the corner, isn't he? Every single time. Yeah, Troj, absolutely right. We've got to be balanced on this channel. And like I said, deep down, I mean, Alan Pardew was on TalkSport, someone I got a lot of respect for. And he said David Moyes is a proper respected Premiership manager, end of. And I would say, like I said, he does the difficult things so well. If you could just open up a bit more in it, Troj, just let the players play a bit more, he'd make things so much easier for himself. And he's got a job here for a long time, you know. So we do get it. And yeah, I mean, is some of us thinking that go and buy a striker, David, and you can stay? Come on, Moisey, spit the stubbornness out, buy a striker. And sort one or two things out, and you could stay. You know, is some of us getting a bit sentimental now? Never know. It's funny, innit? It all changes. Yeah, and Troj, in the interview I heard on the radio coming in, David Moyes was very, very honest. He said that I'm not happy about so many things in the first half, but we got away with it. So I like that honesty. Sometimes managers don't really listen to things that went wrong, don't give the opposition credit. You know, people like Arteta, he doesn't give the opposition any credit. He has a go at the match referees all the time. And by the way, the match referee in the first half wasn't giving us anything, was he, everyone? But yeah, I think honest interview from David. And yeah, I think David's done well today. We got to hand it to him. Merry Christmas to you, my man. We still got to link up, haven't we? We still got to link up, mate. And hopefully it happens soon. I'm largely off this Christmas. So yeah, let's make it happen, my man. I got to catch up with you. Yeah, I mean, Mitrovic, I didn't mind Mitrovic. I mean, I fancied him for a good couple of years, as you guys know. I like Solanke at the moment, everyone. I like Broja a lot, as you know. Broja, he was all right, but he kind of keeps breaking down, and he needs to work on his match sharpness, as you can see. Got a lot of time for Broja. He's only 21, man monster. Was in the same class as my daughter. I told you guys at primary school. And I like Solanke. His goals per game are going up. That was the issue with him. Took him a long time to settle at Bournemouth from Liverpool, but in the last 3 seasons, he's getting there. You remember Benny Hill and his naughty girls? Oh my god! I got my stepson son box set out the other day, Pam. Me, my oldest son, and me, you love all those Christmas specials. Got the Only Fools and Horses one out as well. So yeah. We're busy with that, mate. We're busy with that. Let me just check something in the settings. What's going on here? Hang on 1 minute. That's fine. Okay, where was I? Benny Hill. Yeah, I think he's close to the sack, isn't he? I'm very, very surprised that a Dutch manager's Manchester United team are playing like that. I expected Ajax football, that slick 1-2 good football. It's just not happened. I don't know what football that was there. It was like we were playing us sometimes. Wasn't it funny in the first half? Like there's a mirror in front of you. West Ham were playing West Ham. It was really odd. They were like, no, sir, you have the ball. They were like, no, sir, you're our guest. You have the ball. It was hilarious. But we eventually, again, like I said, those 5-6 really, really high quality players that we've got that any other club would take. And I mean, any club in this league, even Man City, is what's helping us in a lot of the situations, isn't it? So, you know, sometimes when they're your own players, you don't realise how good they are, because other fans from other clubs would tell you, like Bowen, they will love Bowen. Man City, Man United, a lot of those big. I know a lot of you don't agree with that. Like a lot of people say that Bowen's not good enough for the top 2, top 3, top 4, but I'm not sure about that. I think people like Bowen, Paqueta, Kudos, Zuma when he was a lot younger, especially Ward-Prowse, we all know, 8-9 years, how long has he been in the Premier League, his set piece record. Alvarez, that's a really good 6-7 players there, 5-6 players there, and that's how they're pulling us through. And then Emerson and Kufal are obviously not up to that level, but they've got the courage. They've got the Lions' courage in them. They'll run all day for you. They're honest players, aren't they? So that's a nice bit of mix. It's just that I wish we had a really good centre-back next to Zuma and a striker to replace Souček. So I think Souček, for me, I'm just being honest, I don't see anything from him, I think, sometimes, most of the time. And so if we could take Mavropanos out of this team and Souček, be even better for everyone, I think. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Yeah, definitely. I think, the Hammer of the Year, I think Emerson's got to be up there. I know it's too early to think about Hammer of the Year, but and like I kept saying, the attacking people traditionally always take the awards, always take the limelight, the highlights. Often children, the names in the back of their shirts are people who score the goals or set them up. And people we forget. It's hard. Like, I mean, Julian Dix was a rare phenomenon, and Ray Stewart before that. And Dix, I never saw a left back dominate a match like him. Penalties, corners, free kicks, captain, long range, short range. So it's hard. And Emerson, yeah, he's becoming a bit of a fan favourite. I think we're bonding with him. We're enjoying what he does. He plays football with a smile on his face. What we like about Kufal is the battles he has. He's always got a proper fight, old school fight with a winger. He niggles him. Kufal goes back, gives him a little bit elbows. We love that, don't we, from Kufal? So he's a bit of a lovable rogue, I think we've got on either side of the flank, I would say. But again, going back to being always ambitious, always looking to improve, less going to the market, by 2 younger fullbacks to give them competition, and that's the way life and football should be, I think. Yeah. I got it. There's a whole box set. I think I showed you. Series 1 to 8 and all the Christmas specials are all on there, mate. And I always pull them out this time of the year. JB Vardy. Yeah, definitely. Yep, Benny, hope you're doing good, my man. Hope you're doing good. Yeah. And that's the thing, isn't it? When you don't want to keep having a go at a player who's given us good service. You want him to leave on a good par. I think Nolan had a bit of that. I never had a go at Nolan. He's one of my favourites. But he did suffer from a bit of fans having a go at him when he slowed down a bit, wasn't it? So you don't want to go down to that level with some players, isn't it? You want them to leave with their head held high on a good spot. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I see what you mean, but the worst. Because it's the name, isn't it? So, like, last night I was really worried about this fixture. Like, Man United is in your mind, big team, it's going to be hard. They're going to start off as favourites. But when I looked at their team lineup, I couldn't believe it. There's nothing there to worry about. I thought about Bruno last night, but he's off the boil. Rashford coming on worried me a bit. he's largely off it, isn't he? He played well to get that contract like they all bloody do. So he's on this 350 grand a week contract. And the money's mind-boggling what they're spending. And he was poor. I mean, it's not my problem. Long merit, carry on. Snazzy Azzy. That's it, Snazzy. Flat game, great result. 3 Magic players and another 3-4, like we said, around them who like mustn't forget Alvarez. He done so much today, mopped up. Got this little broom, isn't he? Goes around the pitch mopping up centre backs and they fuck up, especially Mavrop and there's an Agar wink. So he's always like, he knows like they're not gonna mark the people. They're always gonna let the player go, but he's always there sliding in, taking it in the body, and yeah, really, really happy what we've seen of him. Really. Chris is in the house. Chris. Oh mate, I know what it is. Yeah, I think what it is. Listen, I get it. It's just looking from the outside into our club that they're very confused why we sometimes do quite vocal. But that's our fan base. We're not Fulham. We're not going to sit there like watching bowls or tennis or cricket. West Ham fans are very, very honest, vocal. They don't hold back. That's our DNA. And sometimes we can come across as miserable little fuckers or something like that. I don't know. But it is what it is. And I do understand it. We look at the league table. I think we're 6th again, aren't we? Yeah, ticking along nicely. Hopefully got a bit more money in the kitty to bring a few more people in. And it could get interesting. It could get interesting, really. So, yeah, I'm in a really good mood. I'm going to call... Before I close off, let me just tell Chris. It's about the quality of the football, Chris. I think we just want to... I don't know if you watched the game today, Chris. It's a bit more... Especially the first half. It was 0-0. I don't think we had a shot on goal. So sometimes, Chris, in a lot of the games, there's no shots on goal. And that's kind of not very entertaining. And we've played without a striker for large of his 4-year stint, Chris. We bought 2 players in, Skamaka, Halef, a lot of money, and it didn't work out when we all knew they're good players. They were good players before they joined West Ham as the strikers. They've continued to prove they were good after they left us. So a bit of that let's buy a striker, let's play another number 10, bit more skillful football, still keep it tight like David does, keep them fit, strong, organised. We get all of that, and we're never going to hopefully be anywhere near going down. We all get that, Chris, but I don't know if it's just fans being fans. We just want that strawberry on the cake, cherry on the cake. That's what we're after. You can call us fussy when you look at clubs like United, the situation they're in and things like that, we get that, but that's kind of where I was coming from with that, Chris. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits. I'll be hopefully back with another show soon. Again, thank you very much for your support. We have smashed the 2,000 subs barrier with all your love. Keep supporting me, and like I've promised, I will do a show every single day. Hopefully keep it going, and I can see the good results with that, really. But yeah, I'm going to wish you guys a lovely evening. Hope you have a good time, and yeah, got another couple of days. Well, I've got a whole week off now, really, so I'm going to go out for a nice meal on the back of this lovely win with a smile on my face. I might even pull out my West Ham shirt, you never know. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, and I will be doing shows every single day going forward for you guys. Let's go for 3,000 subs. Anyway, I will do, mate. I will do. Anyway, take care, everyone. And again, like I said, keep subscribing, keep smiling, and let's see what happens in this very, very interesting season. And I'm not ruling anything out. You know what I mean by that, yeah? So take care, everyone. Have a great evening. Come on, you Irons.